Abundance is not something to be earned through struggle or anxiety. It is a natural flow of the infinite intelligence that governs the universe. Money, like all forms of prosperity, is a form of divine energy, a vibration that responds to the alignment of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. When you understand that wealth is a natural expression of life itself, you release the tension that so often blocks the channels through which it flows. Many people labor tirelessly, believing that only effort can bring reward, yet the secret is not in the struggle, but in the inner state of mind. The universe is ever abundant and has an inexhaustible supply ready for those who are attuned to receive it. Every individual is a center of magnetic force, and thoughts of abundance or lack act like signals to attract corresponding experiences. When you dwell on fear, limitation, or scarcity, you are unconsciously closing the door to prosperity. Conversely, when you maintain a mental image of plenty and nurture faith in the infinite supply, you align yourself with the very currents of abundance. It is essential to recognize that money is a tool, a form of energy that serves as an expression of life's generosity. When you think of money as a manifestation of divine flow rather than something to be chased, it comes effortlessly. The principle of giving and receiving is fundamental. As you release resistance and embrace the natural rhythm of life, money moves to you in perfect order. You do not need to know all the details or the method by which it arrives. The universe, in its wisdom, orchestrates the perfect channels for your prosperity. Visualizing yourself living in wealth, feeling the satisfaction of abundance, and affirming your readiness to receive are practical steps that tune your mind to the frequency of money. Faith, rather than fear, is the guiding force. A mind that trusts in the unlimited supply invites miracles into daily life. Observe how nature itself never struggles to create. Rivers flow, trees grow, and seasons change without effort. And so too should your approach to wealth be natural and unforced. By releasing doubts and embracing the truth that abundance is your divine right, you step into a state where money is drawn to you effortlessly. The flow of prosperity is constant, ceaseless, and responsive to the vibration you emit. And as you cultivate a mindset of openness, gratitude, and expectation, you experience the effortless arrival of resources. Recognizing money as an expression of divine energy shifts your perception from one of chasing to one of receiving. When you attune to this principle, opportunities appear spontaneously, unexpected sources of income manifest, and the ease of life increases, demonstrating that the universe delights in rewarding those who align with its abundant nature. This understanding transforms not only your financial state but your entire life, as you come to see abundance as the natural, inevitable outcome of your connection with the infinite intelligence that flows through all things. The power of silence is one of the most potent tools for attracting abundance, for words are not merely sounds, but commands sent into the invisible realm, shaping the events and circumstances of your life. Every statement you make carries a vibration, and when that vibration is aligned with lack, fear, or doubt, it acts as a barrier to the free flow of prosperity. Many people unknowingly obstruct the very blessings they desire by speaking complaints, worries, or limitations. Silence, on the other hand, is a form of faith in action, a demonstration of trust in the intelligence of the universe. When you learn to restrain your tongue from expressing doubt or anxiety, you create an inner space where abundance can manifest. It is not necessary to verbalize every desire, for the unseen responds far more swiftly and perfectly to quiet, concentrated expectation than to repeated demands spoken in haste or worry. The universe is like a mirror, reflecting back the vibration of your words and thoughts. When you speak with certainty, confidence, and gratitude, you set into motion the energies of supply. Cultivating silence does not mean inaction, but rather the purposeful release of mental and verbal clutter that interferes with the magnetic law of attraction. By observing your speech, you begin to notice how casual remarks of limitation or complaint subtly sabotage your prosperity. Words of lack are like locks on the door of opportunity, while words of faith and restraint act as keys that open the gates of divine abundance. Silence allows the mind to focus on the vision of plenty, rather than the fear of scarcity, enabling the magnetic forces of the universe to operate unimpeded. In the quiet of the heart, affirmations and intentions gain clarity and strength, moving like currents beneath the surface, shaping reality before it is visible to the outer senses. Furthermore, silence cultivates a state of expectancy, where you are fully aware that the invisible realm is already orchestrating the circumstances to meet your need. This expectancy, nurtured without words of doubt or hesitation, attracts resources naturally, as if the universe itself is responding to the stillness within you. Observe the lives of those who have mastered this principle, and you will notice a pattern. They do not struggle, they do not fret, and they rarely boast of their desires. Instead, they maintain a quiet confidence, allowing the divine flow to bring money, opportunity, and provision in ways that are often unexpected but perfectly suited. Silence is not emptiness. It is a concentrated state of creative power. By speaking less and believing more, by restraining unnecessary words and cultivating inner calm, you align with the abundant intelligence of life. The less interference from fear, complaint, or doubt, the more perfectly the universe is able to respond, bringing prosperity into your experience in the most effortless and harmonious way, demonstrating that the tongue, when guided by wisdom, becomes a conduit of wealth rather than a barrier to it. Affirmative expectancy is the art of holding a quiet, unwavering belief in the arrival of abundance, trusting that what you desire is already on its way. The human mind is a powerful creative instrument, and it responds more to confident expectation than to frantic striving or anxious effort. When you quietly affirm within your heart that money, success, or opportunity is already flowing to you, you are sending a signal into the unseen realm that attracts the corresponding form of prosperity. The law of mind operates without hesitation or delay. It moves instantly in response to the vibration you project. Every affirmation, every quiet thought of faith carries the power to shape circumstances. Many people fail to realize that desire alone is insufficient. It must be accompanied by expectancy. Expectancy is not mere hope or wishful thinking. It is the full assurance that the universe is already arranging the perfect means to fulfill your need. To cultivate this state, one must focus on the end result, visualizing the reality of abundance as vividly as if it were already present. Imagine the feeling of having money in your hand, of experiencing financial freedom, and allow that sensation to fill your consciousness. The clearer the mental picture, the more powerful the magnetic effect. Affirmations are most effective when spoken or mentally repeated with conviction and calm faith. Phrases such as, "I am a magnet for prosperity. Money flows to me easily and abundantly," when repeated regularly, impress the subconscious mind and set into motion the currents of manifestation. The mind does not argue with belief, it merely executes the direction given. Therefore, the act of expectancy becomes a form of co-creation with the infinite. It is important to note that this does not require action in the physical sense beyond aligning thoughts and emotions. The outer circumstances often take care of themselves when the inner state is perfectly aligned with the desired outcome. A mind full of doubt, hesitation, or fear, on the other hand, repels abundance and delays manifestation. Those who master affirmative expectancy learn to rest in the assurance that the universe is constantly at work on their behalf. They do not struggle to prove their worthiness, nor do they chase opportunities with anxiety. They simply hold the truth in their consciousness, confident that the perfect channels for provision will appear. Daily practice of expectancy strengthens faith and deepens the sense of inner peace, for the mind knows it is supported by infinite intelligence. Gratitude amplifies the effect as it acknowledges the unseen supply already present. By maintaining a steady, quiet expectancy, you become a magnet for money, opportunity, and blessings, drawing them naturally into your experience. This principle, when consistently applied, transforms the way you relate to wealth, showing that prosperity is not earned by effort alone, but attracted through faith, focus, and unwavering expectation, demonstrating that the unseen mind is ever ready to respond to those who trust in its guidance. To truly experience the effortless flow of abundance, one must learn not to interfere with the divine orchestration of the universe. Many people, in their eagerness or anxiety, attempt to control the how and when of their prosperity, not realizing that this very interference can delay or divert the blessings that are on their way. The wisdom of the infinite is far greater than any human plan or effort. By releasing control and allowing the unseen intelligence to guide the process, you create a space for miracles to occur. Trust is the cornerstone of this principle, for when you let go of the need to manipulate circumstances, you align yourself with the natural rhythm of abundance. Opportunities, resources, and unexpected sources of income often arrive in ways that are beyond the imagination of the rational mind, and they are usually far better suited to your highest good than anything you could have arranged on your own. The tendency to interfere arises from doubt, impatience, or the belief that only visible effort produces results. This is a misunderstanding of the law of life. The universe is always at work, constantly providing, and the mind that is quiet, receptive, and expectant becomes a perfect instrument for its action. Visualize yourself releasing every worry, every plan, and every idea of how abundance must appear. In the silence of faith, the unseen forces take over, moving swiftly and intelligently to bring what you need in the exact right time, place, and manner. Every attempt to force or manipulate results interrupts this divine flow. Just as a gardener does not force a seed to grow, but provides the right conditions, and then trusts nature to do its work, so too must you provide the conditions of faith, expectation, and gratitude, and then allow the universe to supply. Gratitude is especially important in this process, for it acknowledges the unseen provision already in motion. Observing and appreciating even the smallest indications of prosperity, unexpected checks, opportunities, or helpful guidance strengthens the flow and reinforces your trust in divine timing. The wise understand that letting go does not mean inactivity. It means purposeful alignment with the higher intelligence that governs life. It is a state of knowing, without interference, that your needs are already met. Patience and faith become active agents of manifestation, creating a magnetic effect that draws abundance toward you effortlessly. The less you struggle, the more powerful the flow becomes, and the more harmonious your experience. When you stop trying to control the how and release your attachment to outcomes, you open the door for the universe to act with perfection, intelligence, and speed. Life becomes a series of confirmations, small miracles, and joyful surprises, each demonstrating that the wisdom of the infinite is constantly at work. Mastery of this principle transforms the very nature of your relationship with wealth, showing that prosperity does not need to be chased, but can be received in perfect ease, illustrating that when the mind releases interference, abundance flows naturally and continuously, as it was always meant to do. Observing and appreciating small miracles is a vital practice in attracting and sustaining abundance. The universe communicates constantly, sending subtle confirmations that your thoughts and intentions are aligned with the flow of prosperity. Yet many fail to notice these signs, dismissing them as coincidences or everyday occurrences. Each unexpected blessing, whether it is a sudden opportunity, a helpful message, or even a small financial gain, is a signal from the unseen realm affirming that your inner state of faith is magnetizing abundance toward you. By recognizing these miracles and expressing gratitude, you amplify the magnetic power of your mind, creating a feedback loop that draws even more provision into your life. The act of noticing is more than mere acknowledgement. It is a conscious alignment with the invisible currents of the universe. When you pause to appreciate the ways in which life already supports you, you reinforce the principle that abundance is not a distant goal, but a present reality. Gratitude acts like a key that unlocks doors previously unseen, opening channels through which wealth, opportunity, and blessings flow effortlessly. Many people focus only on what is lacking, allowing their attention to dwell on scarcity or unmet needs, and in doing so, they block the very flow they wish to receive. The mind follows the direction of thought, and by shifting your awareness toward the miracles already at work, you train your consciousness to expect more of the same. This expectation, grounded in observation and acknowledgement, strengthens faith and deepens the trust that the universe is continually providing. Small miracles are often precursors to larger manifestations. A minor unexpected gain, a helpful word, or a fortuitous coincidence may indicate that the path to greater abundance is already being laid before you. By celebrating these moments, you not only enhance your own receptivity, but you also honor the intelligence of the unseen realm that orchestrates your life with precision and care. The practice of noticing miracles is a spiritual discipline, teaching patience, mindfulness, and attentiveness to the ways in which life constantly fulfills your desires. As you cultivate this awareness, you become increasingly sensitive to the flow of opportunity, recognizing doors opening, people arriving, and resources appearing in alignment with your needs. This conscious participation in the dance of life magnifies the power of the law of attraction, demonstrating that abundance is responsive to appreciation, not just desire. The mind that consistently observes and gives thanks for small blessings becomes a magnet for greater prosperity, for it signals readiness, trust, and alignment. The more you focus on the miraculous confirmations already present, the more visible and tangible they become, creating a life filled with evidence of the unseen support surrounding you. Gratitude is not only acknowledgement, but a declaration of faith, and by practicing it consistently, you activate the continuous flow of abundance, showing that the universe delights in rewarding those who recognize, honor, and appreciate the miracles unfolding in their everyday experience. Trust and letting go is the final key to unlocking the effortless flow of abundance, for a mind that clings, worries, or insists on control blocks the very blessings it desires. The law of life is perfect and operates without error, yet it requires your cooperation through faith and surrender. To trust is not to be passive or idle, but to recognize that the unseen intelligence of the universe is infinitely wise and always working in your favor. Many people struggle unnecessarily, thinking that effort alone can produce results, yet the more you attempt to force circumstances, the more resistance you encounter. Letting go is an act of faith, a conscious decision to release attachment to outcomes and to allow divine guidance to orchestrate the perfect means of provision. When you trust completely, you create a state of inner calm, which becomes magnetic to prosperity. Anxiety, doubt, and worry act as barriers, while faith and confidence act as attractors for money, opportunity, and resources. The heart that trusts is aligned with the divine current, and abundance flows naturally into its sphere. Letting go does not mean abandoning your intentions or desires. It means holding them in consciousness without desperation, expectation without tension, and belief without interference. The universe responds to the vibration you emit, and a trusting, relaxed mind sends a signal that you are ready to receive without conditions or limitations. In this state, miracles often occur suddenly and unexpectedly, appearing in ways far beyond what the mind could arrange. Patience becomes a partner to faith, and you begin to notice that the universe is constantly working to provide what you need at the perfect time. The practice of letting go is also a practice of gratitude, for in acknowledging that your needs are already met in the unseen realm, you strengthen the flow of abundance. It is the recognition that the supply is limitless, and that your part is simply to align, expect, and receive. Many who fail to manifest prosperity quickly are those who cling too tightly, worry too much, or insist on dictating the how and when of results. The act of surrender, however, opens doors to opportunities, resources, and unexpected channels of wealth. Trust is not blind. It is the confident knowing that the creative intelligence of life is always responsive and generous. By combining faith, expectation, and the conscious release of control, you place yourself in harmony with the highest laws of manifestation. The heart that trusts and lets go experiences a profound freedom, a sense of ease, and a continuous flow of abundance, showing that true wealth is not only the accumulation of money, but the serene, knowing that the universe is perpetually providing, that every need is anticipated, and that prosperity flows to those who can quiet the mind, release resistance, and align fully with the infinite intelligence that governs all things.